I would really have a journal and I would write down, if it was Monday, I would say, okay, last time I ate was 2 p.m. And I would see how long I could go. I'm not gonna cry. I would see how long I could go without eating. Like without passing out. Like if you see the range, I have been super skinny. I have been a little built. I have been big. And in all of those times, I'm critiquing myself too much. I'm looking in the mirror and I'm letting it ruin my day and my happiness. And I want to get to a point where I control my happiness.
Hi.
Hi, how are you? Hi.
Hi, oh my god.
I'm just gonna ask you a couple of questions and feel free to say whatever you like. So how would you describe your body image? Like, do you love your body?
So I've always been like really skinny, and then I got sick with this autoimmune disorder, and okay, I love my body a lot. That wasn't always like that.
What's up, it's your boy Tarek Ali and welcome back to your voice channel. In today's video, I'm going to be doing something that I've been avoiding for years. Some of you have seen pictures of me back when I was younger, back when I used to be overweight, or as the doctor would say, obese. And a lot of you have always asked me for like a video on my weight loss journey, or like what happened, how'd you lose weight, like what was that like? People see how vulnerable I am and they wonder why I'm not about that, and I just wasn't ready, but I am today. This video is sponsored by Visible. Visible is all about transparency, being open, and making connections. And it really inspired me, and I'm not just saying this because they're my sponsor, like I'm really serious. They really inspired me to open up about something that like I've really just been avoiding to talk about. We're gonna get into my weight loss journey, what I did to lose weight, what it was like for me when I was overweight, and the challenges that I face even after losing weight. I don't know, I just expected when I lost weight for everything to change and everything to be perfect. And something new that I'm gonna be doing is I wanna like talk to my subscribers, because like I say all the time, I start the conversations. The conversation isn't just about my voice. So from now on, I'm gonna be asking some questions on my Instagram story and on my Instagram page at itstaeken Ali. And the people that respond, I'm gonna be FaceTiming them, and some of those people are gonna make it in this video. So please stay tuned, we're gonna get right into it. Thanks again to Visible for sponsoring this video, and I'm gonna give you more details about that after this title card. Okay, so before we get started, I really just want to give you guys a little bit of background about our sponsor. Okay, the sponsor of this video is Visible. Like I said, it's a phone service, and they run on Verizon's 4G LTE network, okay? The difference between Visible and all these other phone services is their mission is really to build connections and start the conversation, and that's why they reached out to me. And one way that they're doing this with their phone service is offering this new thing called a party pay plan. So if you were to just go and open a line with them, it would be $40 your own line for unlimited data, unlimited everything, and you get your own hotspot. But with their party pay plan, every person that you add, it takes off $5 of your monthly plan. So if it was $40 by yourself, you add a person, it's 2 people, $35. You add a third person, okay, $30. And it's Visible's phone service, but it runs on Verizon's 4G LTE network. And everybody knows Verizon has the best network, girl. So literally, it's a deal. $40 a month, you add some people 25, 30, 35. Girl, it's a deal. Okay, so y'all know we drinking wine. I gotta drink wine, honestly, because this is a sensitive topic for me. I don't know if I'm gonna cry. That's not the goal. I don't plan that. But if it happens, girl, it happens. We're drinking Pinot Grigio. Y'all know that's my favorite. Pinot Grigio, I don't have much left. That's it. Girl, can that last? We're gonna hope that that lasts, okay? So yeah, a lot of you guys have been noticing that I've been posting like more full body pictures. Like I usually just take selfies, usually just see this girl. But lately, I've been taking more full body pictures, and it's very uncomfortable for me. Full body pictures are something I always avoided. Like I always loved my face, I love the way I look. So I was just like, let's just keep it here, okay? Like why do we need all of that? So like I said, when I was growing up, I was overweight, okay? I was fat. I don't know, you can call it what you want, big boned, thick. But yeah, I was a big girl, and everybody made it their priority and their prerogative to tell me that I was big. Like I was always bigger than everybody else in the room and bigger than everybody else in my family. I was the fat boy. They called me the Black Buddha because I had my head shaved like my dad. A lot of you already know what body dysmorphia or body dysmorphic disorder is, but I'm just gonna include the definition down here for a lot of people that don't. But yes, it's a mental health disorder in which you can't stop thinking about one or more perceived defects or flaws in your appearance. A flaw that appears minor or can't be seen by others, but you may feel so embarrassed, ashamed, and anxious that you may avoid many social situations. Like I just said, I was avoiding pictures. So body dysmorphia is something that can be diagnosed, or like just like depression. It can be diagnosed or you can just be depressed, but it doesn't mean you have depression disorder. Everything is a spectrum. Mental health is a spectrum. All of these things is a spectrum. Like, there are some times when you're going to need medication. There's some times when you don't. I never was diagnosed for body dysmorphia. I wasn't diagnosed for a lot of things that I had. I don't know. It's just something... It was a lot of kids. I guess it just would have been expensive for all of us, but hey. I remember being 100 pounds in elementary school. I went to the doctor, and I just remember the doctor asking me to stand on the scale, and he asked me how much I ate, what did I like to eat, and then he told me I was obese. You know, and it was weird because having a doctor tell me I was obese at that age, I was like, can't you just tell my dad that? Like, why are you telling me this? How is this gonna help me? I'm in 4th grade, sir. I don't even know what that means. You know what I mean? Like, I figured out what it meant, but I mean, I knew what it meant, but you know, like, a child doesn't really grasp what that means. But I remember the doctor telling me, so let's do an experiment. I want to see if he has an eating disorder or something's wrong with his stomach. Maybe he's not digesting right. I remember him just saying, don't eat for the rest of today until tomorrow of like a certain time, and then come back so we can assess you and do some blood work and whatever. I don't remember, something like that. But when we left, my dad was just like, boy, you okay? And we just never went back. So I don't know, that's just how my life was growing up when it came to doctors and like health. Like, I don't know, everything was just dismissed. I said I couldn't see, I just never got glasses. And this is not a video to really talk mess about my dad or my mom or anything, but it's just the truth. Like, health was just not something that was prioritized. It wasn't until I got in high school that someone took me to an eye doctor, and I realized I could not see. I remember my first time wearing glasses, and I was like, whoa, the world is in HD. There was a lot of things that I think a lot of me and my siblings and everybody should have dealt with medical professionals that we really just didn't. I remember it was this one time, it was Sunday, and we were going to church, and I was having trouble buckling my pants, like, you know, my church pants. And those are easy to buckle, girl, because you don't even got to put the buckle in. You just got to put the hook in. But I remember I was having trouble, and one of my family members came to me, and they were, like, helping me do it. And she looked up at me, and she said, you know diabetes runs in our family, right? I was in elementary school, okay? Like, I was probably in 3rd or 4th grade. And they were like, you know diabetes runs in our family, right? And I was like, yeah. And I didn't know that because, like, my dad would have problems in diabetes. Like, you know, he would do with insulin and stuff like that. So I knew what it was. But she was like, so you need to watch what you eat. And maybe you should be going outside. Because, you know, growing up, also being queer and being big, I didn't want to go do sports and stuff. I wanted to go shopping. I wanted to do creative things. I wanted to act. I wanted to go see plays. Like, so it was me being a creative and me also being queer and into, like, more feminine things and things like that. But it was seen as being lazy. Like, he doesn't want to do sports. He doesn't want to go outside and play baseball and football with the boys. No, I don't. I don't want to do that. You know, but it was seen as being lazy. Like, it's when you are bigger, people just see a lot of things in a different way just because of your size. And it's the same thing that a skinny person would do, but it's not because of their size. It's just because who they are. People didn't see me for who I was. Like, they just saw my body and putting that as an explanation for the things that I like to do or the way that I acted. I hated gym because I knew every time I went to gym, I had to take off my shirt. Everybody had the same body. I don't know. I felt like everybody had the same freaking body and I was the only fat person. Like, yeah, there was some other fat people, but, like, not really, you know? So I just didn't like taking my shirt off in front of other people because I felt like everybody was looking at me and I felt like everybody was laughing at me. My mom used to tell me all the time growing up I was shy. I think I was spending so much time trying to hide myself, trying to hide my queerness and the fact that I was, like, gay and feminine, and trying to also hide my body. I just didn't want to be seen because I knew if people saw me, they would make fun of me. I remember being early in elementary school and trying to find different ways to lose weight. Trying to think of different diets in 3rd grade, like trying to figure out a way to lose as much weight as possible so that people could just leave me alone and to see me as a person. And I guess I couldn't come up with anything because I really just started starving myself. Like, I would literally have a journal and I'm surprised I'm not crying. Like, I'm really just in a better place now, but I would really have a journal and I would write down, if it was Monday, I would say, okay, last time I ate was 2 p.m. And I would see how long I could go. I'm not going to cry. I would see how long I could go without eating. Like, without passing out. Like, I'm serious. And nobody ever found the journal because, like, after the time period was over, I would, like, rip it up. My mom found out because I was avoiding dinner a lot. Like, I would say, oh, I already ate. Or, like, I would sleep through dinner and say, oh, I'll eat when I wake up. Even though my mom would force me to get up, like my family, in a black household, you can't sleep through dinner. Get your butt up and come eat, because this kitchen gonna be closing. Like, you know, the kitchen closes. So, you know, like, but I would find ways to make it look like I'm eating, but I would not eat because I was really so concerned with just trying to lose weight. I was sick of being the fat one in the room. I was sick of being the Buddha. I was sick of just all of it. I was sick of all of that. Finally, when I got into 8th grade, you know, internet started. Well, internet was already booming, but you know, it was more accessible. Towards like the 8th grade, that's when I started to like really get online and really figure out ways to lose weight. And the ways that I found were healthier ways, like real good diets. And I found different workouts. And so what I did is I got this laptop for my birthday in 8th grade. And I remember I downloaded Shanti's insanity workouts. And I only had 3 because they were like illegal. I didn't pay for them, girl. They were, you know, I was in 8th grade. I had no money. I'm sorry. And I watched the Shanti's videos where I was doing the workouts. And I would do the same 3 cardio HIIT workouts over and over every single day. I did those and I only ate salads. But the thing is, with those salads, I would throw different things on them. Like tuna this day, chicken the next day, chili the next day. Like just a lot of greens. And that's when I really started losing weight. And at the same time, I was getting taller. And so I really got really small. And to a point where I just got really obsessed with losing weight. That there was this point in 9th or 10th grade that I was really, really small. And when I started to lose weight, I just remember my family all thinking I was starving myself because I had history of like not eating and just doing things to my body to lose weight. So my mom was actually really worried. I remember her being really worried, like, are you eating? But even after losing the weight, I thought that losing the weight would fix everything. I thought that losing the weight would make me happier, make me feel freer, make me feel like that bitch. But losing the weight, I found myself doing the same exact things that I was doing when I was bigger. I was beating myself up about spots on my bodies and like rows that I didn't like. And this part right here, why isn't that getting smaller? Like I was tearing myself apart just like I was before. I would wake up every day and look at my body and it would really have the ability to ruin my day. Like if I looked at my body and I didn't like it, well, not gonna have a good day. I didn't really say that in my mind, but I would just be sad. Or I would dress accordingly. Like I wouldn't dress nice. I wouldn't care about my appearance. I wouldn't do my hair. I wouldn't do my skincare routine because like my body's effed up. So like, why does it matter that anything else looks good? Because I don't like the way my body feels. I don't like the way that my body would look in this. So I don't feel sexy. I don't feel attractive. And it would even cause like disturbances in my relationship. Like if I didn't feel sexy, I didn't really understand how my boyfriend would see me as sexy. Like I didn't understand how. Like, sometimes I would just be so surprised that he was so attracted to me. Like, and I get my face is cute, girl. Like, you can never come for the face. You know what I mean? Like, I love my face. But, like, my body, like, when I'm naked, like, I just didn't get, like, sometimes just how he would think I look sexy. Because if I looked in the mirror and I didn't think I looked sexy, if I didn't feel like the baddest person in the room, I didn't see how he saw me as that. I had to love myself first and then love my body and realize that it's always changing. No matter if I was big, small, skinny, like I have been every size girl. Like if you see the range, I have been super skinny, I have been a little built, I have been big, and in all of those times, I'm critiquing myself too much. I'm looking in the mirror and I'm letting it ruin my day and my happiness. And I want to get to a point where I control my happiness. So in this journey of changing that, what I've been doing to change that is I've been looking in the mirror and telling myself I'm sexy. I've been avoiding clothes in times that I can. And if that doesn't make sense, I live alone. So when I'm home alone, I'm naked all the time. It helps me. And I keep mirrors so that every time I look in the mirror, I look at myself and I say, bitch, you sexy. Bitch, you look good. Okay? Looking at it, stop avoiding it. Stop avoiding that area that makes you uncomfortable. Being uncomfortable is what makes you comfortable. I didn't want to go to the beach. I go to the beach. I take off my shirt. I know I'm uncomfortable. I know I'm being self-conscious. I know I think everybody's looking at me. But putting yourself in these uncomfortable situations and then getting through them and realizing you survived and you're fine, you start to realize that you're fine. It'll be fine. So I put myself in these uncomfortable situations where I look in the mirror and I look at that place where I've been avoiding and I compliment myself. And that's why I'm so big on like complimenting yourself on Twitter and everywhere on all of my social platforms, because as a scientist who studies biology and studies psychology and everything in school, and I'm taking classes on this, I know how the brain works. The brain works in a way that if you tell yourself something is true enough, it starts to believe it. So I know if I look in the mirror and I tell myself I'm beautiful, if I tell myself anything, I can make myself believe anything I want to about myself. And you may not be able to get rid of other people's opinions, but you can change what holds weight and what matters. When I go to the gym now or when I work out, it's never to be like someone else. I'm never trying to get someone else's body. One thing you need to realize is you will never have someone else's body. You will always have your own body. That's why when I go into the gym, I'm not like, oh, I wish I could have that and that and that. Girl, she may have paid for that, 1, and 2, we have different bone structure, we have different muscles. I'm always going in ways that I am personalizing my own growth. I'm not trying to have your journey. I'm not trying to have what you have. Think about you. Think about your body. Accept your body and say, I'm trying to improve this. Or I'm trying to get my arms a little toned. I'm trying to get this a little down. You know, and accepting your body in those different forms that they're in. Accept your body as being fluid. Your body is not a statue. It's not going to stay the same, okay? Because if you love it just in this one form, in this one way, when it changes, that confidence is going to go out the window. So you need to learn to love your body in all forms. Not just worrying about how I look now. My body is just today. My body is just this week, baby. It could change in 10 years. It could change in 5 days. It could change in 5 months. I need to look in the mirror every single day and remind myself that no matter what changes you're going through right now, I'm going to love you. And at the end of the day, this is my body. Nobody else's. I have to take care of this and I have to accept it because I'm blessed to have this body. But I want to be really clear. I don't think there's anything wrong with having a body goal. I don't think there's anything wrong with wanting to change your body because when people have crooked teeth, they go to an orthodontist and they change their teeth. When people have acne or blemishes or things on their face that they don't like, they either go to a dermatologist or they get skincare products to help them get rid of those bumps and change their skin. So I don't really think there's anything wrong with change. But I do think that there is a problem with loathing yourself or your appearance. You have to really love and accept yourself unconditionally for who you are and the way that you are first before you worry about the next step. Because sometimes that next step is not guaranteed. Not everybody can afford an orthodontist or braces. Not everybody can afford a dermatologist. Like, those are privileges. Not everybody can go to the gym and work out as hard as other people. Some people have disorders. Some people have inflammation in their knees and joints. Or some people, like, it's a lot of things that can prevent you from that next step. So I think it's important to love yourself the way that you are and then see if you can make that next step and figure out ways to improve yourself. And I think social media has really helped with people doing way better with their body image and really accepting who they are and where they are now, you know, especially with like this body positivity and not body shaming. And I think that that's really important. And also outside of that, but people just building connections with people that they know online and talking to other people and talking to people across the world that go through the same thing they go through. I think people just want to know that they are not alone because sometimes, like I said, when I was growing up, I sometimes felt like the only fat person in the room a lot. And to prove that, I wanted to talk to a couple of people, like I said earlier in this video, to a couple of my followers. So I'm going to do that now. I'm going to be calling some of my followers on Instagram that responded to the prompt. So I'm about to get into that right now. And yeah.
Hi.
Hi, how are you?
Good, how are you?
You look so pretty, girl.
I'm fine.
Hi.
Hi, oh my god.
How are you, beautiful?
I'm good, how are you?
I'm good. What's your name?
I'm Lauren.
Nice to meet you, Lauren. What's your name?
Kelly.
Nice to meet you, Kelly.
Nice to meet you.
I'm Tarek. But I'm just gonna ask you a couple of questions and feel free to say whatever you like. You don't have to overshare. Don't feel like you have to answer anything, okay? So how would you describe your body image? Like, do you love your body? Me.
It's taken me a while to love it.
Mm-hmm.
It's like rapidly changing all the time. Okay, I love my body a lot. Now, wasn't always like that.
Mm-hmm.
Well, so I've always been like really, really skinny. And then I got sick with this autoimmune disorder. And so for me, it's kind of been like a struggle of trying to like find that balance. Like I said in my message, like I've always been told, like my mother, I'm the only girl of all the boys, so like, oh baby, you're beautiful, whatever. I've always loved my body until like middle schoolish. Even when I would compliment myself, people would like have comments to say about it. And then I got to high school, new group of friends, everything. I'm around more positive people, so I feel way more confident in my body. I realize like I'm bomb, like I love my body so much.
So do you think that like social media has helped you with your body?
100%, yes. We've got inspirational women out there like Lizzo, like Not Afraid to Show a Thing. You know, we've got Ashley Graham, like women that, you know, they're not sticks and they're there and they're happy with their body showing it and they're flaunting it, you know, that helps me a lot because, you know, again, I used to be really skinny, and then when I got ill, the pounds just kind of packed on, and I was just kind of like, this isn't, you know, my body.
I don't know if you see, I have a tattoo, so I stay strong. I follow Demi Lovato a lot, and you know how she had a whole bunch of body image issues. I read her book freshman year. That helped me out a lot. That's a big thing. Like I said, I follow you. You'll say like compliment yourself today. My compliments are normally about my body and like my appearance, because it's something I still struggle with a little bit. And then I just follow a lot of body positive people on social media, so it makes me, when you see people like you, it makes you feel more confident, like more comfortable in yourself a little bit.
What advice would you give to other people like dealing with body image, or some advice you would give to your past self?
But like, your body's gonna change, life is gonna change, but you're so beautiful and you're so worthy no matter what. And you know, if someone tells you different, they're not worth it. They're not, you know, they shouldn't be in your life.
You're such a queen.
Oh, stop.
No, seriously.
I don't know, when you have a community, like a support system, it helps. Yeah, I wasn't really confident to talk. I wasn't comfortable to talk about it a few years ago, because I thought I don't know why, I thought like by addressing it, I would be, I guess, like accepting the fact that like my body's like less than. But the more I talk about it, the more I realize like there are people like me, and my body's not a problem.
You're beautiful, and I love your spirit. In conclusion, I really just want to echo that, you know, it's one thing what other people think of your body, but the real determining factor is what you think of your body. What do you think of yourself? Because at the end of the day, you are the person that has to go to sleep in that body, that has to wake up in that body. Okay, not the other people making fun of you. Whether you decide to have a big body, a small body, round, skinny, if you decide to get a BBL, a nose job, whatever you decide to do with your body is your decision. Let me make that very clear. It's your decision, and you should not have to explain it to anybody but your children, I guess. You're gonna have to explain it to them. But what I'm saying is, it's your body, okay? But I do want you to realize, and I do want you to prioritize your health first, your health and your self-perception, and which is your body image. What do you think of yourself? Wake up, love yourself, compliment yourself, look in the mirror and look at those spots that you don't like and accept them, and then find a way to change them. Don't jump to change first and then figure out your mental later. Figure out your mental and then figure out a way to make a change, okay? Thank you guys so much for watching this video. I want to say thank you to the people I FaceTimed, and if you want to be on the next one, please make sure you follow me on my Instagram, okay? So you can be a part of the conversation. And thank you so much, so much to the sponsor of this video, Visible, because Visible has been amazing. They have been really encouraging me on being transparent and being open, and really supporting me as a Black gay creative, and that really means a lot to me. So please check out Visible, look in the description, check out their services, and y'all are going to be seeing some more content with me, and maybe, hopefully, most likely, in partnership with them also. So love you guys. Please make sure that you comment. Please make sure that you comment, like, and you subscribe. See you guys on my next video. Love all my tapies.